when we look at those that are homeless, and when 99% of those homeless happen to be African Americans, then I would suggest that there's a systemic breakdown. We used to have this shelter on Georgia Avenue, which is in the black community. And when it was on Georgia Avenue, Anita here was the best thing since sliced cake. Everybody loved her. She was the lead of all matters pertaining to homelessness. But this has been a mean city. The notion that Atlanta's too busy to hate, that's contradicted by the reality of the streets of Atlanta. We talk so much, the mainstream talks so much about sanitizing Peachtree Street. Peachtree Street is a place for good people, for tourists. It's not for the former slaves that no longer is productive because they were brought here to pick cotton and sugar cane and etc. But with the coming of automation, farming and so forth no longer was labor intensive. So the former slaves, me being one of them, had to go somewhere. And so we moved into the urban areas of the cities of America. And of course, they were abandoned by the good people. They had the flight. And so what I'm suggesting is that there are no simple answers, and anybody that's looking for simple answers about why are people homeless. It's easy to say that they were lazy and shiftless, and so therefore, they deserve to be homeless. But it's not easy, and Anita, that someone would shoot into this building is just abhorrent and intolerable. I guess it's about 6 months ago, a young man was murdered outside here. And it came as a consequence of him, I guess, being at a club in the middle of the night, and then around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. But the AJC, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, had reported as him coming here, dropping off clothes and shoes for the homeless. That's the kind of viciousness that we've have gone through. And I guess, how long ago, 15 years ago or so, that we bought this building? 20 years
Almost
ago.
21. Yeah.
And it's really not really totally racist, because a good white woman, so she was tired of talking about sanitizing Peachtree, so she bought this building for us and paid cash money for it, and then gave us money to run it. And then the city of Atlanta shut off our money and said we didn't conform to their plan. And so if you don't conform to the plan by the city, then the state cut the money off, and the federal government cut the money off. And so we, have been relying on the goodwill of good people, and quite frankly, all good white people that have kept this place open. The black people, we don't have any money, but that we're here, 99%. But every time they tried to close us down, the Lord would send an angel for example, we had a $600,000 water bill, and we're going to shut it off, even though there are other tenants, other people in this city that owe millions of dollars on water bill, but their water is still on. But this person, good person, paid the $600,000 water bill. So we know that the Lord is on our side. But and the people across the street, they're not really representative of the Taskforce. They are people that, I guess, going against the grain, but they're always counted as being a part of the Taskforce when the people drive by. And as you all undoubtedly know, the Supreme Court of Georgia had unanimously ruled that diabolical organizations such as Central Atlanta Progress, the A.J. Robinsons of the world, conspired with the city to take this building from us. So, you know, we've been in foreclosure for how long now?
6 years.
6 years. And the guy that bought it...
More than 6 years. It'll be
more than 6 years. He bought it through theft. Because Emory Hospital wanted this building. That's the fact of the matter. They wanted this building. And so they went in a deceitful way. And with the snakes in the grass, such as Central Atlanta Progress, and the imps that's associated with them, huge conspiracy. But we're still here, which would suggest that there's a God on our side.
yes.
So we come today to say to the mayor of this city, who I think is almost the scum of the earth. He's not had the courage. We invited him, he's condemned us in every way that he possibly can, but he's not had the courage to come down here one time. And then Chief of Police George Turner, who is now retiring, we begged him to protect us here at this facility. They refused to do it. There was a police station across the street. And then the scoundrel that bought the building from a foreclosure, you know, he's not been able to enjoy any of it because, you know, we're still here. And we've been in negotiations, I guess, for the last almost 6 months. We've been negotiating because of, you know, and we're still in negotiation. And I can say this without fear of contradiction, is that the scoundrels, including Central Atlanta Progress, that had offered us sleight of hand under the table, we'll give you $11 million and you'll go away. And some of us, you know, because we're up against a system, and I don't trust the courts in many ways. So some of us thought that, you know, maybe we need to go somewhere else. This is, you know, but what I'm suggesting is they've admitted guilt because they've offered money, but they wanted a non-disclosure agreement so we couldn't talk about the scoundrels that they are. So we appreciate so much your coming and sharing with us today. And you know, I just know down deep in my heart that that justice is going to prevail, that we're going to win. And this woman here, who I think, I just don't know. I said to my friend, Dr. Freeman, early on, is that we got a board, and they're mostly all white people. Only people that give a damn about, it seems. So Myrtle Davis is here, who is, I guess, one of the brilliant minds of Atlanta. Anybody that's been around know that Myrtle used to be on the city council for many years, chaired the finance committee. And so Myrtle and I, only black faces here. And so, you know, we're at a point of, you know, calling out to good people like you all to, you know, wrap your arms around us and make the demands like I make to Chief Turner and the Reed. I know we won't get no response from the mayor because he's a coward and a bully. But anyway, I probably said too much, but I see people like Diane Massachusetts here and Heather Gray and people, and you know you're in the right place. So thank you all so much, and we know that God continues to be on our side.